So this is the stuff I'm wearing to Morton in the Marsh today, or Morton in Marsh. Sorry, our pronunciation got a bit wrong. These pants and a pair of socks, of course, were the favourite ones, of course, especially by penguins, since I created Eagle the Penguin over 10 years ago, going on the 11, which I got a few years ago. This t-shirt, of course, especially in that other one, as far as I can find, it's right at the bottom there, which has also been bought from Sainsbury's a few days ago, presumably Tuesday, or just last Tuesday or something, 22nd of October, with those whole pairs of trousers, which are considered actually very smart. Now, if I were you, I would always pick a smart jumper, be it whether it's the blue jumper or this grey jumper. That is a shirt in case I go for walking and all that. And any pants and socks, which of course I have absolutely no time to go through. Aside from that, there's headdresses there in the room. Of course, considering the rainy weather, I think I will not bother filming very much outside, because it was not very good in the contrast of today's weather. So there's the bed. This is the area where you put all the stuff, including pants and socks, in the drawers, especially t-shirts, jumpers, trousers, all sorts. I've also got another pair of trousers from Tuesday as well. So it's just the toiletry area, towels and everything. In case you want to notice, there is a tour around here. This rainy weather, these slanted windows, especially the wood in between, gilets, places to sit down, pretty much a Wii game in fact. I would kindly show you this. There's Mario All-Stars, which I just reviewed it, and all sorts. It's considering a lot better than X-Factor these days. Races go really rock bottom or something. If we review the downstairs, there is something in mind if we look from above, and this is just a back area with the hanging surface, not to assume all these wet weathers and all this spider web carnage or something. Moving around further, we've got this boiler. We've also got television, which we shan't use for my own safety. There's a piano in the distance. There's also a CD player, which of course pretty much plays all this periodic stuff, mainly the Page of a Man on the Wall. So there's also everything, especially the internet, which I always use. Coats, which of course this coat I use, which is a brand new coat I bought earlier this year or something, and the kitchen in particular. So the oven, the surfaces, the sink in case you want to have breakfast and all that, microwave in case you want to defrost any food, so the door, all that. There's a washing machine in the distance, in case if we could find a light. Yeah, there we are. The light is there, all that is there. You can put your washing in there. I'm going to have to teach myself how to use the washing machine if I'm ever going to go into a house of my own, but there you are. The bathroom I shan't bother going into. And the room, of course, which looks just as cozy as mine. That's just pretty much it. With all that, especially a chair. And the mirror, of course. So since it is raining outside, I will play it safe and not go outside, because the weather is so abysmal, as usual, in October weathers. But there you are, it is normal, it is winter, well, autumn technically. the outside of our cottage we're staying in for a week. Especially further on the outside. Nice acre fields. We've got just a lavender distance, if you can actually see it. So, yeah. Pretty much further to the distance there's actually a gate somewhere, but it's electronic, and you go down there and there you are. So, right, well that's pretty much everything we see in the house tour. We'll be around in Moulton and Marsh, whether it's pictures or short clips. Well, let's hope this today just goes as planned. Moulton in the Marsh. And there is Cotswold. Nice spaces, staff, and the scenery. Well, can't wait for the lovely surprises on food. So of course we had pizza and lovely desserts in Pizza Express and stuff. Of course down there's somewhere around here that used to be a bookshop, but now it's closed of course for the odd traffic lights, so looking both ways as usual. Also tea rooms. And of course, if you look a little bit further, you'll eventually find that once you cross over this road, there's a sign from all the lovely places going into. With the lovely cooperative food signs and Tesco Express. You may also find that the place that was once the Corn Exchange was actually now closed just months ago, as I was actually telling one of the waitresses. But at Ask Italian, and as such it just turned from the Corn Exchange, which is a market street place, all this market stuff, into a interesting place with books and a cafe or cakes or something. So yeah, Moulton and Marsh can be a great place as well. Well, that was fun. Stowe on the World Hopkins. Very nice sofas and seats and stuff, the menu, lovely designs and all that. Yeah. Of course, coincidentally, when you go downstairs, especially if you're out of my head, there actually used to be a shop side there, of course, with the desk and counters. Yeah, especially from down there as well. All these foods. It looks very awesome from afar, especially the design change. And if you take the outside turn, you'll see the rest of Stowe on the World from there, especially from outside. I mean, admittedly, Hopkins is a very good place overall. Very good place. Very good place. Especially part of some random chapel, shops nearby, money accounts, news agents and post offices, especially the chocolate company nearby. Yeah. Oi, still the world must be fun. Ah yes, the world of Cheltenham, and here nearby is Hopkins, the greatest place in the whole of the world. Ah yes, if we just take a look inside, lovely streets, perfect hygiene rating, excuse around. Ah yes, lovely treats, lovely treats. Right nearby, and lovely seats. So, let's eat! Ah yes, Broadway. One of our homes actually, of course, the Peel House. This was actually used to be a cottage from many years ago that we used to stay in. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's Peel House, my mistake. Obviously, that used to be a cottage where we used to park our car and have our pathway. But it's no longer a cottage for some reason, obviously. Because it's obviously out of market. And that is why Broadway has its own magnificent features. Amazing those flowers are still alive. With the pets. And especially our greatness of the main road of afar. Very cool indeed. Whew. Many of those roads, especially the letterbox from this post office nearby, another great feature of Broadway. Ah yes. Also a church nearby. Cathedrals are pretty much the big cities. Especially when it comes to big places. Praise to the Lord. And taking a further look down afar, of course, we see the magnificence of what Broadway has to offer. Because there are many places that you would see, including a marketing nearby. You would also have tea rooms nearby, especially the pub, the Horse and Hound nearby. Serving great quality food, in case you want to go there, of course. And further along, there is a bookshop and a museum nearby, on the left side of the road. And much later on, you'll find other magnificent places across the road. Ah yes. You can also see the best marketry places anyone would offer you. Especially marketry shops nearby, as well as a tea room, which will be so magnificent to see. Ah, yes. Magnificent tea rooms nonetheless. Amazing galleries, if they're ever open. The Cotswold trading. The post box nearby. Could use it for a post box, garlic. From my own Doctor Who is it? Oh yes, Doctor Who is it? Tractor just gone by. As you can see, these are the end of Broadway's towns and shops. And of course, the tea room nearby. If we can see it right. Pretty much. Yeah, Tazans or something. You just wait until what we have on offer. Of course, at Burford. The fine crawling establishment in this area. It is of course Burford Hopkins. The best place ever, of course. And then we go through here. Very nice door, huh? It's very cool. Very nice, isn't it? Yes. Not only is this place great, you can always find the great places up the hill as well as down the hill. Which there is a cooking shop nearby, of course. Inside his bakery also lies lots of treats. Well, pretty much for Halloween, since it's pretty much 10 years time made by Runkin anyways. What could go wrong other than Burford? Joker Park! Such a lovely place to be. Well, of course, it's so nice out there, you wouldn't even believe anything else. Such great views. In Joker Park, the loveliest of all. Great walks, great size, not really the toilets, especially walking down there, especially when you have to cross over to get to the cars again. You might as well mind the muddy terrain as well. As we go through this arch, you'll find these videos. And there, especially the exhibitions. The house, of course. And obviously, since at National Trust places they have really fragile objects. So, in my case, I say don't film inside the house because we're not going to anyway. But whatever it is, it'll be just as great as it was. We're going to do the flash photography inside the house. So instead, we're just going to have a look what's on the other side instead. The laundry room, which you can go into, of course, as well as a whole shop nearby with the kitchens and all sorts. And as we go through, yes, of course, it's a cafe, brand new cafe especially. Also find great acres of land and field. Especially, see it close enough, the orangery. Ah yes, the orangery. Plus more woodland walks. Well, what great fun you can find at Chalker Park. So why don't you map destinations and see? Ah yes, Stanton. The proud establishment of the pub inn. Doesn't really know whether the food hygiene is not going to be any good at all. Of course you will find a nice monumenty thing, of course, reinstated in 2007, which is a stop lantern by Kenyon or something from MBE. Doesn't really matter what they are. Great thing up there, great views. A bit of dead end tracks there, of course, in case you haven't read the signs. But Stanton, nonetheless, is the best of the best places you'll find here in the Cotswolds. As much of the best places you will find here in Stanton, you wouldn't be too amused when you see a couple of things that may not be the best of ones. Cross Cottage could be for the aggressiveness. Oh, you don't want that. And of course, there must have been a fire outbreak in one of those cottages things. Even else, the fire safety of this thing was so old, the fire safety team couldn't be bothered to pick it up. I got burnt. Looks as though the construction team will have to do something about that. You would also see horses and dog walkings with people, but I have already seen, well, from earlier in the day or something, pretty much 20 minutes ago. Lots of places you can find here. Billboards, something to do with Stanton Parish Council, which I'm not really too familiar with the council because they can't muck it up. And of course, the sign of a plaque that must be the First World War and all that. And again, it was signed to Broadway or something. Nice acres of field, as you can see, and many more that is to come. Arriving at the car park, and there it is, the relaxing place of it all. Wait until you arrive at one of the other places you will see in the National Trust. Shipping Camden now. Some great views there, of course, as we walk down this oh so obvious route. Oh, even with the uneven stones. Tea room nearby, of course we probably will or might not go in there. That is that. You can also see the loveliness of the roads, the badges, and the signs, monuments. Especially commemorations for First and Second World Wars. Many places in Chicken Camden or something. Well, go and have a search for yourself. You'll love it there. Ah, the cafe at Studley Castle. Studley Castle is all sorts. I enjoyed the food there, don't you girls agree? Well, of course, have a great day and all that. Goodbye. Anyway. Yep, of course. This is the castle interiors. And of course, the outside of the castle is so big and so large, in fact, you would also have to pay as if it was a membership. And of course it will be free if it's a membership. There is gardens nearby, of course, if you pay for that, with credit cards and all sorts, which you pay online these days, you will be able to go to the castle. And of course there was a man at the tuck shop thing, just around the corner, which sells sweets or something, be it with anything else. Things I can show you, of course, is just the fine establishment of the Witchcombe Abbey stones, which is just pretty much down there. If you want to go in there, that's absolutely fine. But of course, yes, you have to pay as you go. And down there is pretty much the way we go back to the shop, which I will show you just about now. Ooh, Halloween! Well, just about back and forth. Back interior! Ooh, look, the dog. Well, not dog. And this is where the church is. But we won't bother going inside because of, well, pretty much reasons being. Great garden nonetheless. Secret garden! Yeah, just about. There's all that, and all this. Just trail after trail. Pheasant tree. No idea what that is. Ooh, cool looking thing. And more birds flying around. Some of those pretty much look like peacocks to me. But there you are. And look at this oh so obvious figure. It's the peacock. On another 2050 version. Don't know whether that was real or fake, but there you are. And another peacock. Yeah, I don't think so. Quite similar to a zoo, really. And pretty much nearby is just a shop nearby. So that's where you get all these shop goodies from. Wherever you get close enough, that is. Oh well, you'll find your experience way through Stirling Castle if you can. Well, what's in store for Upton House tomorrow? Well, let's have a look. Upton House, the best place anything can ask for on the way home. And lots of chocolate brownies you can eat. Pretty much for the price of just over £2. Nice portraits and stuff. This, of course, is the outside of the lovely little thing, of course, of a tea room. Built in 2002, presumably March to April. Of course, you probably will have to avoid the multitude of lateness bugs. Of course, it can get muddy, so please do watch your step. If you want to go to Upton House, of course, get a membership and you're free to go in. Lovely place that is. pretty much a nice walk nearby. As we venture further down, of course, there is a lovely home nearby, and again we won't go in because even that is pretty much already closed. And then again it's just too fragile, so we just don't go in. This, of course, is the main area that we have pavilions or TVs or something. We have a shop nearby if you want to go in, have an explore. Toiletries, of course, or lavatories or any others. Land agent sign, no idea what that is. And as we venture further, you can also see the back of the area of the house. The stable gallery or whatever it is. As well as a nice big garden. It's quite big in areas. But if you want to go to Upton House, that would be great. With a nice drive-through or everything. It's certainly the place that you would go after a nice holiday in the Cotswolds. Wow, bet that holiday was fun. You might as well have a look at my previous cartoon projects in the future and keep an eye out for updates.